What's going to drive adoption in cryptocurrency? What's going to bring these new users? Yes, we have decentralization, blockchain technology with all these security features that are unmatched in everyday world and any other computer system. But have we created a killer app yet? Back in the day, people were saying it's going to be a social media or it's going to be, some type of decentralized game with tokens that are basically issued to the players. But what is really happening right now? If you look at it, it's basically DeFi. DeFi looks like the most promising bet for a decentralized application. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the top five, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's way more than 5. But we're going to be talking about the top 5 decentralized applications in cryptocurrency. Keep watching. What's going on, everybody? Alex back with another cryptocurrency video. And today we're going to be talking about DeFi, decentralized finance. These applications that are used similar to regular finance that are being, executed via smart contracts all over the internet, all over cryptocurrency. There's this new, market that's emerging right now that a lot of people are showing high hopes for. A lot of people are bullish on DeFi, and there's for good reason. People are making some serious money with yielding farms, kind of like just arbitraging this money into different techniques to make, percentages, dividends, all these different tactics. So it's really interesting to note that we have this new emerging ecosystem that's driving a lot of adoption. Is it going to be the killer app? I don't know for sure. I think it's the most promising we have for a killer app. I will be investing into DeFi projects. You guys know how I do it. I don't invest a significant amount of my holdings into riskier bets. This is a riskier bet. Most of the DeFi applications are leveraged long positions on Ethereum, which I'll explain in more detail. But before we get started, guys, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, my name is Alex. I talk about everything in cryptocurrency and internet entrepreneurship. If you're looking to make money on the internet, this just might be the channel for you. Do us both a favor, hit that subscribe button, as well as the push notification bell so you get videos like this all the time. And I also do little crazy things, like I'm giving away this Ledger Nano S, which is a hardware wallet. In my last video, I gave away a Ledger Nano X, and guess what? If you come over here, I have 5 more that I'm giving away. I'm just giving all of this away to my subscribers. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and watch this video in its entirety so that you can see how you can enter the contest to win this Ledger Nano S. Yes, you actually have to do things, okay? Can't just give it away for free. Got to work for it. So let's jump into the video. Now, the first thing I want to talk about are basically safer bets. Now, the whole goal here is to actually make money. Where people get messed up in cryptocurrency is the only thing they think of is the upside potential. They think about, oh, how much can I invest in these lower market cap altcoins and make 1,000x? I want to make 100x. And that's all they look for. But the problem is that not only do you want to make money, but you want to be able to keep your money. Remember, a fool and his money are partied. I say this all the time. So in this video, we're going to be talking about some riskier plays, of course. We're going to be talking about, some plays that might potentially get you that 100x. And we're also going to be talking about how to get some safer DeFi coins so that you can guarantee the profits and make crazy returns anyways, right? Don't get greedy. People are always greedy in this market. And keep in mind, out of my whole cryptocurrency portfolio, you will see me only invest anywhere from 5 to 20% of my whole entire cryptocurrency holdings into smaller market cap altcoins like this. These are considered altcoins. Okay, so when I run through these guys, take it with a grain of salt. I'm not going hard into these projects. I am mostly in Bitcoin and Ethereum because again, like I said, I want to make money. Not only I want to make money on the upside, but I also want to keep the money. All right, and I want to maneuver through the market the way it should be. So this reflects in my investment strategies. Okay, if you want more investment strategies, I have a website called thefundamentalsecrets.com. You can go ahead and apply for it. I can't accept everybody, but you might, win a chance to get a call from me, and I'll talk to you about your investment, principles, where you're at, and your whole entire story, like how long have you been researching cryptocurrency, and we could potentially make a little partnership with my course and everything like that. But let's jump into the video. Let's talk about it. So the first one, I've talked about it before. I was very right. The last time I talked about Kyber Network, I made a price prediction, and it's up anywhere from 200 to 250% since. So people made a lot of money on this. I still think it has a lot of upside potential, right? And the reason why is because of their decentralized exchange. They're instant and secure, right? So it's one of the only places where you can go to swap token, and they're actually very instant, and it's on-chain transactions. So what do I mean by that? So traditionally, you would have to go to Coinbase or Binance to swap your tokens from cryptocurrency to cryptocurrency. You have to exchange it through a centralized exchange. So they made something called a decentralized exchange, and they actually developed their own liquidity system. So they have their own liquidity, and it's all the transactions are actually on chain, which we're going to be talking about a different protocol that basically has like off-chain transactions. But the way they do it is on-chain transactions, and they're basically trying to get like proxy payments, derivatives, cross-chain payments. So you can basically like pay on this website with Ethereum, and the actual website owner can receive Bitcoin, right? And it's basically trying to make it easy for not only ERC20 tokens, but every single protocol in cryptocurrency in general. They're providing liquidity for cryptocurrency as a whole, even stablecoins. And you guys know I just recently talked about stablecoins, so that's something to keep your eye out. Now, the beauty of it is that it's instant, trustless, very liquid, and it has like a locked-in conversion rate. So the big problem with decentralized exchanges is that it changes rapidly, and all of these changes have to be in a blockchain. You guys know how slow blockchains are. So they've been able to solve this problem on-chain. And that's the beauty of Kyber Network, and that's why it's been growing so rapidly, and how it's been like a big player in decentralized finance. And what they've been doing, they've been able to amass a significant amount of volume. If you come over here, this is just tracking the top decentralized exchanges. We have Uniswap as the first one. We have Kyber Network as the third one, and they've been pretty dominant when it comes to transaction volume and everything like that. So it's definitely, I talked about this coin before. It's definitely like a long-term hold for me. It's not something a quick flip. It's something where I'm waiting like a couple of years to see exactly what happens. I did take some off the table to realize some of that profit, that 250% profit or whatever the case is. But I will say that this is majority a long-term hold for me. So if you guys don't have any Kyber, definitely look to start getting into this coin, because I still think that it has a large upside potential, especially when the bulls come in the next year or so, when we start going into this parabolic upswing of Bitcoin. I think a lot of it is going to be captured with Kyber Network. And just one more thing to note before we go on to the next coin, they're actually dropping a staking protocol. They haven't even had it yet. It's called Catalyst. So if you're holding these Kyber tokens, I do believe this news is going to drive some adoption. People are going to like get into Kyber for the staking reasons, and as well as you can make money by staking your Kyber Network tokens to provide liquidity to the network. So it's kind of a win-win situation. This is definitely one of those coins that are like just kind of solidified and are pretty much not guaranteed, but they're gonna follow the market and do pretty well over the time. You could feel safe putting some of your money into Kyber Network. So jump into the next one, 0x. I talked about this as well, and I was correct about it as well. Guys, really quickly, you could go back to my old videos. You can see the timestamp in which I made these videos, and then you can go on TradingView and see exactly the time I made the videos from the price that it was that day to what it is today. A lot of people are asking me like, what's your track record, Alex? I literally put public videos with price predictions, and you can go and see how many coins I was right about and I was wrong about, just to give you that heads up. But 0x was one of them that I was very right about. It was like up 100 to 150% since I made the video. But essentially what they're doing is Kyber Network is its own decentralized exchange protocol. Like it's basically trying to solve a lot of problems on its own blockchain. And 0x is essentially making a protocol to allow other people to make decentralized exchanges. So they're essentially making an operating system for other people to make DEXs. And that's the beauty about 0x, is that it has more adoption potential, because they're trying to bring on other people to make decentralized exchanges. And not only that, but it's pretty much solidified. The project's pretty old. It has a lot of liquidity, because it's on Coinbase and everything. And it's just very solidified project that I believe a lot of investors are looking at. So that's something that you want to take in consideration. But basically, it's a permissionless protocol that provides infrastructure for other decentralized exchanges to facilitate liquidity amongst the market. It basically does what Kyber Network does, but it's allowing other decentralized exchanges to get this liquidity, right? It does off-chain transactions. Now, you have to ask yourself that question. I'm not a programmer. You can ask other programmers, are off-chain transactions more secure than on-chain? I would say no. I would say on-chain transactions are going to be a little bit more secure, but off-chain transactions allows things to run a little bit smoother. So that it's kind of similar. I wouldn't say it's the same at all, but it's like the Lightning Network with Bitcoin. So it's kind of off-chain transactions. We take that information, they put it off-chain, and they rely on third parties to send that information to the decentralized exchanges, right? And what information am I talking about, Alex? I'm talking about like the price of the coin, like how much the coin's worth, as well as how much you're going to buy. Like all this information is transferable through the blockchain, right? Now, the ZRX token, the reason why it's so valuable is because it's used to pay these third-party providers to provide the information. We pay these guys. They're essentially node operators, not exactly node operators, but they pay in ZRX token, and it's used as a governance token so that you can literally like make changes to the network. So a lot of these guys are holding these coins, and they're using it to make predictions and change the protocol to make it better or worse or whatever the case is. It's kind of a way, if you guys don't know what governance tokens are, essentially you get rewarded these tokens, and the more tokens you have, the more power you have on the network, and you can make changes to the network. So just to give you a brief understanding, so the relayers, the ones that get paid in ZRX tokens, they generate and broadcast these messages, off-chain transactions that contain information such as like the token, exactly, what they want to trade, the quantity, the price, the order, the exact amount of like what the coin's worth. All this information is used through these relayers, and these relayers are compensated in 0x tokens. So it's a little bit different than kyber network, but I think it's another solution to what's going on in a liquidity problem. And one of them can win. And so like for the way I look at it is I kind of invest in both so I can win no matter what as an investor. I think both of them are going to win. I think they could be used hand in hand. So these are two really, really strong, solidified, safe projects when it comes to DeFi for you to invest your money in. If you don't have any DeFi coins, you definitely want to consider these projects. Now, before we get a little bit risky, all right, to get the Ledger Nano S, okay, the Ledger Nano S, if you want to receive this, all you have to do is go in the comment section below and type in your favorite 2 DeFi altcoins, okay? Literally just go below and type in your favorite DeFi altcoins, as well as click the share button and share this video to your Facebook. I could verify this information. And basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna randomly pick one person, and then I'm gonna ship this out to them. I'll get in contact with them, and then I'll just basically ship the Ledger Nano S. Free Ledger Nano S is sealed. I'm not trying to hack anybody. It's sealed by the manufacturer, so you guys can use this to store your cryptocurrencies, and it's 100% free for supporting my channel. Thanks, guys, for supporting my channel. Seriously, we're trying to grow. All right, so let's get a little bit risky. So basically, another coin that I've been doing a lot of research on, the reason why I like this coin is because what's happening in decentralized finance is there's all these yield farmers, these people that are using these protocols to make money, and it's driving up the price. As you can see here, if you look at DeFi Pulse, you can see the dominance is increasing. We were celebrating about $1 billion, I guess you could say, milestone. Now it's at 1.67. It's about to be $2 billion. You can loan out like a certain amount of cryptocurrency and make percentage per year, and people are taking advantage of these things. Now it's being utilized so much that the transaction fees are getting very expensive, right? And it's very slow. So what I believe is going to happen is there's going to be these second layer solutions that are going to come into play that will solve the scalability issue. So there's a lot of scalability. It's too slow. It's too expensive. So we need solutions to do that. And one of them is going to be Mactic Network. So Mactic Network is very interesting because they're basically making a framework for decentralized applications to scale. They're making scaling solutions. And you could basically put decentralized apps onto Mactic Networks. And by the way, they make the transition from their regular ERC20 blockchain to Mactic Network seamless. You could literally copy and paste the code onto them, which is going to drive a lot of organic growth for this cryptocurrency. So I do think that the fact that they're trying to solve the scalability issues in DeFi and everything, that they're going to get a lot of adoption and growth. So look, scalable and instant blockchain transactions. They're bringing massive scale to Ethereum using an adapted version of Plasma and proof of stake sidechain. So if you have the native token, you can literally do something like proof of stake, add to the network, make some money on the side. And a lot, like I said, I'm going to say this again, a lot of the DeFi right now, if you look at DeFi, a majority of them are going to be on ERC20 tokens. A lot of them are essentially have problems with scaling. They have huge problems with scaling. So if somebody can come in like Mactic Network and solve that issue, and they have a great development team, but what I'm trying to say here is a unique sales proposition is pretty useful right now in this situation right now for cryptocurrency, which I think could potentially see some growth in the coin. So it's something that I'm definitely looking to accumulate, and there's something that you definitely should keep your eye out for. So to even get a little bit more risky, so there's another coin. I know a lot of you have heard of Ethereum 2.0. So Ethereum 2.0 is coming out. It's going to allow staking on the Ethereum blockchain. I know I have a significant amount of Ethereum, and I wish right now I was making, their estimations are anywhere from 3 to 10% a year. But the problem is you have to run a node, okay? And a lot of people, they don't know how to run a node that runs 24/7, right? And another thing is that to stake Ethereum, you have to stake with 32 ETH, okay? A lot of people don't even have 32 ETH. Right? So Rocket Pool, they're actually doing something very similar to Tezos. If you guys understand what Tezos is, you can stake as a baker. So it's the same thing. You can make your own node, right? And stake your own cryptos, but you could also get other people to delegate their cryptos to your node so that you can take a percentage of them and they could actually get some type of staking rewards without having to run a node. They're doing the same thing. So essentially, just to sum it up for you guys, Rocket Pool is allowing you to stake with less Ethereum. I think the minimum is 1 Ethereum. And you can hook up your Ethereum to somebody else's node. You pay them a little fee, and you can essentially stake your Ethereum even if you have less. So that's the beauty of this, is that it makes staking decentralized on Ethereum. So if you're like the smaller guy, or you just don't know how to run a node, or you're really good at running databases, you're really good and you want to make money by handling other people's Ethereum, you could do that through Rocket Pool. That's the beauty of it, is it connects these technical savvy people with these non-technical savvy people, and you can stake. But the problem with this coin is that it's reliant on Ethereum. So if Ethereum 2.0 doesn't come out in the next year or so, be careful. RPL coins are only going to do well, and it's obviously incentivized. So like if somebody's running a node, they get paid in RPL, and the transaction fees are done in RPL. So that's how like the value increases and derives from the actual Ethereum blockchain. But if Ethereum doesn't launch in the next year, so if you purchase the coins now, it doesn't launch. The only time I'll ever see this increasing in value is if Ethereum 2.0 launches the staking protocol. So it's very reliant on Ethereum 2.0, but it's another low market cap opportunity you guys could take advantage of for future earnings. If you can hold this coin for 2-3 years, that's something that can seriously make you money. And this is what I mean by riskier bets. Okay, so let's bring it to the last one. It's not even out yet, but I think it has massive earning potential. So if we come over here, top DEX tracker, remember I told you guys decentralized exchanges. So Uniswap has been the first one, and they're like one of the most OG decentralized exchanges. But the problem with them is that they have to rely on other liquidity protocols like kyber or whatever the case is. They have to rely on other people to solve their liquidity problem. If they make their own native token, they could solve it themselves. They haven't made their own native token, but they're launching a version 2 in the future, and they're potentially, doing their own thing. So you could look out for that, an ICO or a new coin coming out. When it does come out, I just let you know that they are literally the top decentralized exchange. If they come out, they're going to increase in value like Kyber Network and these other coins that we've seen give you such crazy returns. We've seen these other coins give like in some cases 500%, 1,000% returns. So if they do drop their coin, you want to keep your eye on it. You want to watch for Uniswap because, like I said, they're the best decentralized exchange. Not only that, but there's also another from Bankless. They wrote an article, and I thought it was really interesting to understand. They're basically predicting if Uniswap launched their own token. They use the PE ratio and a lot of other variables, and I'm not going to dive into that. It's not for this video. It'd be too long. But as you can see here, essentially what they're comparing it to is they're saying if they take the PE ratio of Kyber Network, and because Kyber Network is very similar when it comes to transactions, volume, and everything like that, and they made their own token, they said that it's a little bit higher than a Kyber Network because of the decentralized exchange is doing better on Uniswap. They're basically saying that it could have like a market cap, and obviously you can't predict the price of the coin because we don't know how many tokens Uniswap is going to come out with, but you can predict the market cap will be like 84.5 million, surpassing Kyber's. This is a lot of upside potential growth, guys. And they're even saying that it could potentially get, to synthetics or, other protocols, the top 10. So like this is the top 10 market cap here. They're saying it can get up here, like top 5, top 10. So that's something to definitely look out for. If they create their own native token, you will see me buying that coin. You'll see me buying that like crazy. So just to run through all the top DeFi coins that I picked. First one, Kyber Network. Definitely look out for that. Safer play. 0x. I've always been talking about Kyber and 0x. Safer plays. You're going to be guaranteed, not guaranteed, nothing guaranteed in life. And this is not financial advice, but I will say that there's a good chance you'll make some money there. Mactic Network's going to solve the scalability issues. A layer 2 protocol. It's going to help every single project out, which I definitely think is worth looking into. Rocket Pool is going to allow people to stake Ethereum 2.0 that otherwise wouldn't have. So it's going to capture a lot of value in that market for sure. Uniswap is a potential coin that's coming out in the future that has one of the best decentralized exchanges, one of the biggest, most solidified DEXs known to man in cryptocurrency. So definitely keep your eye out for all those. If you like the quality of this content, hit like. If you don't, leave some constructive criticism, subscribe for more video updates. And like I always say, if you don't get with this technology, you will get left behind. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Go ahead and get your Legendary Nano S. Leave the comments below. What's your favorite decentralized coins? DeFi, right? DeFi coins. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Catch you in the next one.